The price of a golden tail. Once, in a quiet valley, there lived a bird named Azure. He had soft, earth-colored feathers that helped him hide in the tall grass. While the other birds played, Azure would sit by the stream and sigh. He thought he was far too plain for such a wonderful world. He wanted to be noticed by everyone who passed by. High above the trees, a great bird named Swift circled the sun. Swift had wide, powerful wings that could carry him to the very tops of the mountains. Azure watched him every day. "Swift is famous because he is strong," Azure whispered. "But if I were beautiful, I would be even more famous than he is." Azure decided to seek help from the Queen of the Woods, a goddess named Juno. He climbed the highest hill where the clouds touched the ground. There, Juno sat on a throne made of twisted silver branches. Azure bowed his head low, his heart beating fast as he prepared to make his greatest wish. "Great Juno," Azure pleaded, "I am tired of being dull and brown. Please, give me feathers that shine like jewels. I want a tail so magnificent that no one can look away. I want to be the most beautiful creature in the forest." Juno looked at him quietly, her eyes filled with a gentle warning. "Beauty has a weight of its own," Juno said softly. But Azure did not care about weights. He only cared about shine. Juno waved her hand, and a shower of magical sparks fell over Azure. Suddenly, his short brown tail began to grow. It stretched out behind him, turning into a heavy, shimmering fan of emerald, gold, and purple. Azure marched back down the hill. He felt like a king. His new tail trailed behind him for several feet, rustling against the leaves. Every time the sun hit his feathers, they glowed like 1,000 tiny suns. He walked slowly, making sure everyone could see his new, glorious colors. A small sparrow named Pip landed on a nearby bush. "Oh, Azure," Pip chirped in wonder. "You look like a living rainbow. I have never seen anything so bright." Azure puffed out his chest and fanned his feathers wide. He loved the attention. He spent all afternoon showing Pip and the other small birds his glittering spots. Later that afternoon, Swift the eagle landed on a branch high above Azure. "The mountain winds are calling, Azure," Swift shouted. "The clouds are turning pink and gold. Come, fly with me to the peak so we can see the world from the top of the sky." Azure smiled, excited to show off his colors to the clouds. Azure spread his wings and tried to leap into the air. But as he flapped, he felt a terrible pull. His beautiful tail was too heavy. It acted like a lead weight, dragging him back to the dirt. He tried again and again, his heart thumping, but he could not lift himself more than a few inches off the grass. Swift soared higher and higher, becoming a tiny speck in the vast blue sky. Azure sat on the ground, surrounded by his silent, heavy gold feathers. He was the most beautiful bird in the valley, but he was the only one who could no longer reach the trees. He realized then that he had traded his freedom for a show, and the sky felt very far away.